Chat. It's dark up in this bitch. I know it's been a little bit since the last stream. I kinda dived deep into the realm of darkness once again. And there's a part of me that this time wants to stay in it after the news that Sony gave us. I guess I'll come out for the sake of y'all because I love y'all. How's it going? Let me adjust. We are blessed today. We're playing with Bartholomew. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Now y'all can see me put it up. I forgot to put up the Inuyasha blanket. Hold up. Nobody panic. Okay. Now everything is as it's supposed to be. Y'all are welcome. You got to see my ass. Doesn't happen often. Enjoy. You got to see some booty cheek tonight. Don't get fucking used to it. That's all I'm gonna say. Camera good. Chicken hat good. Kotsu, thank you so much as always. You're a homie. Doesn't matter what time of day, when, how long I'm gone, how often I'm here. You're always there for my streams and supporting. I appreciate you, dog. I need the support. Sony literally done broke my heart and made me angry. Let's see if anybody else is possibly on. I know Matt said he's free to play with us until like 11, so for like a good 2 hours.
Any quests you want to go on?
Did it keep my settings?
I'm counting on you.
Good hunting starts with good eating.
Also, if you guys were here on my last stream, I mentioned that I was going away for a couple of days on a trip with my best friend, and I did. It was actually a really good 2 days, a really fun little trip. We still stayed in Florida, but we went to a completely different part than where we live at. So still change of environment. I think the biggest highlight was definitely getting to spend some time out in nature on horseback. We found a really pretty ranch that these wonderful gentlemen own, and on like private land, and they offer private trails, so you don't have to go with like random people for it to be a certain size group. So it was really a fun time. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted a few pics. There's a bunch of pics that I did keep just for my own self and my own memories, but I did post a little bit If you are not on my Instagram, I highly suggest it, and it is a platform that I am trying to grow on. I kind of want to keep it to just Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Not trying to deal with TikTok and stuff anymore because I just don't care about that shit. But it was a really fun trip. Really fun. Much needed.
Good to have
We
you.
got this.
Commencing quest now. Are you prepared?
Damn, they're all on this side. That is really loud. Holy shit. But yeah, the reason why I mentioned that too is because it took every fiber of my existence to post some of those pictures. Because I know I've talked about it before on like streams, but I have over the last few years. That is really fucking loud. Hold up, y'all. Have gained quite a lot of weight, and it was, as much as that experience was nice, didn't really care of the photos for myself, and that really hit me hard once again. So as soon as I've gotten back for 2 days now, one thing I am also I'm going to be going a lot more ham on the working out and being active every day. I missed. But I am also adding, my biggest struggle when it comes to losing weight is portion control for my food. Because I love to eat way more than I probably should. So portion control is a big one for me. But even though it's only been 2 days, I cooked at home since I've been back. Normally I'll go back for like seconds, but I've only been eating 1 plate of food, and then I put whatever's left over away so I can make it the next day and not have to cook every single day either. But also I've added, which is going to be super hard for me because I get random late night munchie cravings, I'm no longer going to eat past 6 o'clock. So, because obviously the later you eat, the more of that food just stays on you and doesn't actually burn or digest. So those are going to be the 2 biggest struggles, and then I really got to invest getting myself, I want an all-terrain bicycle again. I love bike riding, and bike riding burns 3 times more than what you would during a walk. And some people might think, oh, bike riding, you might think it only works out your legs. It's actually a whole body workout. So I've always preferred it, though obviously you can't bike ride 7 days a week, because I did that in the past and I learned the hard way because I had to go to the doctor. You have to actually take physical breaks from bike riding, otherwise you actually will hurt the tip of your spine, aka called your coccyx bone, which is your ass bone. Because the way bike seats are designed, you're not supposed to be on one every single day. So I remember in the past I learned that the hard way because I internally bruised the living shit out of mine in the past and God, that hurt. So I definitely need to get myself a new bike, but I've always had, the bike I was using, because my mom let me use her old bike, is a cruiser, which those bikes are very comfortable to ride, however they're not good for all terrains. And I want the option, because I'm planning on doing a specific nature trail as where I'm gonna walk, because it's literally away from humanity. And hold up. I want the option to have like an all-terrain bicycle again, so this way if there are some days I can walk the trail, right, to give my body the rest from the bike seat, but then also be able to bring the bike to the nature trail and bike the nature trail, because obviously all-terrain bikes have specific tires and stuff that allow you to ride anywhere, whereas the cruiser bikes, even though they are super comfy, they are not equipped for all-terrain. That shit would bust. Yeah, I'm just tired of, especially, like, again, I know you can never tell the true, like, size of, like, a content creator or streamer from just our cameras, right, because we're sitting and all that stuff. But I am actually a very short person. I'm only 5'2". And all the weight gain, I think the thing that upsets me the most with it is the fact, like, I feel how physically weak I've become. Like, I get short of breath a lot easier than I ever have in my life, and you know, little things like that, and it pisses me off. So, and I know I've been, even since starting streaming and content creating, you guys have heard me be on like my weight loss journeys before, but each time so far in the last 2 years, like, I'll admit it that I have failed, but literally being able to not only get away from my environment for a bit, but
don't worry about it.
those seeing those photos, as beautiful as they are, in many ways, it fucked me up bad, so. Ranting with Ash. So I'm not sure if this is gonna be a successful run, because the random we have, I'm not sure if they're low leveled, but they are getting killed fairly quickly. run is definitely not going to happen. That's okay.
Thanks. That helped.
I don't know why neither of these two people I'm noticing either, like they're not, when they get to low health, they're not even healing. Welcome in Dodge Mixed? Dooged? Dog? Welcome in. Sorry if I butchered your name. This is Monster Hunter... shit. Monster Hunter Wilds.
Thanks. That helped.
It's the latest Monster Hunter title. And I'm at the point in the game where I actually have done everything. So there's nothing really to do for base game. The only thing I haven't accomplished, and I kind of want to do it just for the sake of accomplishing it, is to reach the max level in this game, or HR, which is 999. And this event quest is the best one for endgame base game to actually farm for XP. So, just chilling with y'all while I try to slowly reach that goal. I think I'm at like 700 and something HR. So we're getting there. And I have plenty of time to reach it before Mastering comes out, which will be like a big installment that Monster Hunter always does. Miguel also, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I love watching this. Another Monster Hunter fan, you got good taste. Right, I thought I broke that, but I didn't apparently.
That's all right. No worries.
Sorry.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have it to where my SOS flare automatically, because why not? To let just random people join if they please, like in-game. Sometimes that's a risky thing, right? But I'm not sure if those people were low leveled, but I noticed every time they were low on health, they were not healing themselves, so all good.
Okay, see you later.
Also, I feel like I didn't have my... I have one of every element for the endgame, like, bow, which is the GOG weapons, but... Overall, dragon is like a universal best element to use. Oh, okay, I did have dragon attached. I haven't felt like switching different elements every time I fight a monster. I've been lazy, so I've just been using dragon, which is like the best safe bet for all around most of the monsters in this game. Yeah, I know. Basically, like, I did have a schedule at first when it came to, like, streaming and content, but now I kind of just go with the flow. But I was in the mood to stream, and I've been away for a few days on my trip, and I missed y'all, so I figured I'd go live for a little bit. What I've been doing, though, just so I don't get burnt out and bored just farming the XP quest, is I'll do XP quest and then a random investigation that I've saved and go back and forth just so it doesn't get too, like, draining, like, boring feeling. Make grinding a little bit more fun. Yeah, I'm at 751. My friend Matt is currently using... He has two different characters. He's using the one that he already has maxed out. But yeah, hopefully everybody's week has been going well. Things were going pretty solid. I think I'm a little low bummed out because, again, I don't want to talk too deeply about it because it's literally actually already made me cry and been really hurting my soul is the recent Sony news of them stopping physical games, and I am a physical collector, so I won't talk heavily about it because I'm literally in a state where I can't because it just, for me, hurts too much. But I'm not a human that's built for an all-digital world. So I'm happy, it's news like that that makes me happy that humans don't live like 200 to 300 year lifespan. Because I don't want to see like what the world's like in 200 years. I'm good. I'm already starting to not like the direction it's heading now, so...
Didn't even know what hit him. Good to have you.
This quest is gonna be annoying. Because he just moves so goddamn much. Trying to get the mount on him, but that's one thing with like high level Steve, is he's just I mean, the monster in general is always on crack, but like he just does never stop moving. And he's one of the monsters because he's constant. Even if you flash pod him, it actually doesn't change his like patterns and stuff all too much. He still is crazy all over the place. Thank you. That looked like that was Matt that hit that, so thank you, Bartholomew, because that literally just saved me.
Supply items. Take a look.
I will never. One, it's part of the journey of Monster Hunter. We all get carded sometimes, so that never bothers me. But I will especially never ever get upset for someone getting carded by Steve, because like I said, he's a monster on crack. Just never stops moving. The good thing, because he's constantly moving, he actually does go into the exhaust state faster than some other monsters, which is nice, but out of all the monsters they've put in Wild, Steve actually annoys me the most. Definitely dodge that.
Thanks, that helped.
And then, oh, where'd he go? Oh shit, the other one's here too. Not Sev? Oh lord. Ooh. If I butcher usernames, remember y'all, it's not you. It's this dumb bitch. But welcome in over on Twitch. Thank you for being here tonight. That's gonna hit me. I do have 2 slots open. Give me 1 second. Your word. Oh, hey Wesley, welcome in. Thank you for being here as well. I'm actually overall, I'm doing good because I just came back from a really nice, much needed little mini trip with my best friend. But I've also been a little mentally off because I've been struggling once again with like weight loss stuff. But overall not too bad. And eyes for the most part haven't been causing me too much trouble, but I've had some off days, on and off with that as well, I guess. How are you doing? But not Sev. I don't have a full squad. Normally I do. But at the moment, the friends that I do play with, they're not online. It's just me and my one friend. I'm kind of just farming for levels. Unfortunately, I don't really add randoms too much anymore because we had to deal with an incident of while I was live, someone joining, and they were actually hacking the game. And we literally went in to fight the monster, because I used to leave my lobbies open. Went to fight the monster, and the minute the quest started, he hit the monster once and it auto-died. And as a growing content creator and as someone who, obviously, I want to have future opportunities to possibly have chances with, you know, companies and stuff like that, it's not a good look, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm associated with those type of people. Not saying that you would do that, but I just have to be a little extra cautious. But I do allow my chat, once you've been on the streams a few times, for anybody who's, you know, like consistent in supporting me, I have played with people in my chat who, you know, stick around and are here for a little bit. But I really have to be careful with anybody like new, and overall, because I do have a group of friends that I play with, I kind of have my set squad just for safety, because unfortunately there were people on the internet that had to ruin it for the rest of y'all who are just trying to play, you know what I mean? It sucks, but I can't be live and have stuff like that happen, you know what I mean? But I really do appreciate you wanting to play and being understanding, though. And once again, I thank you for giving some of your time to even stop by and chill with us for a bit. Sino? I'm not sure what language that is, but thank you for being here. I do apologize. Only English. So sorry about that. Oh, sorry about the weight loss stuff. I'm doing good. I'm also trying to lose weight. Coach said I need to lose 45 pounds if I want to play. Yeah, weight stuff the last few years it's nothing new. It's been a struggle for me. But one of the things, for example, that I did while I went on vacation with my best friend Yeliz is we actually went horseback riding together. And the photos overall are very pretty. I actually posted them to my Instagram if anyone wants to check them out. A few of the photos throughout my whole trip I shared, and then some I've kept to myself. But even though the photos, like, they're very aesthetically, like, they are pretty, looking at myself didn't feel nice in those photos, and it's kind of mentally fucked me up a bit again. Did I shock trapped the wrong one. God damn it. Alright, can that one get out of the way then?
We set a trap.
Watch the wrong one fall in this shit and I'm gonna be so upset. Alright, thank you. I couldn't, sometimes I can't tell. Not Seb, if you're still here though after this mission, you've been really cool and understanding. I can do what I've done it in the past actually. We can do like a trial hunt in the sense of basically trial hunt for me, and I've done this for random people in the past. As long as all goes well and no suspicious activity, then you can continue to hunt with us. Just letting you know, again, I've actually done everything in this game, so as long as it's not gonna bore you, I am farming a certain event quest, because I'm just trying to reach 999 just to say that I did. And then in between each event quest for level farming, I'm just doing random investigations that I saved of double monster hunts. So trial quest is basically just, alright, I'll give people one attempt, you know what I mean, and then if all goes well, you can stay in the Link party, if you get what I mean. Because I'm always down. I've met the most amazing people actually through this game. It's just there's a part of me that's always a little on edge because of that asshole in the past that did that to me while I was alive. But if you're still here, I can send a Link party thing as soon as this quest is over. It's just taking a bit because it's a double Seregios, and I believe it's the 9-star ones. I honestly do hope things go good for you and at least don't push yourself too hard. I think one of the biggest struggles for me with weight loss is two things. One is it's not actually the like staying active part. It's relearning portion control with food. Because as long as you're eating healthy amounts of something, you can still eat everything, but it's a matter of how much you're consuming at a time, right? That's what fucks up people. And I struggle with that sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. But since I've been back for 2 days now, and I know 2 days isn't really shit. But I've cooked both days at home. And I've only allowed myself to have like one plate full of whatever I cook, and then I put the rest away. And then it gives me food for the next day and also makes it to where I don't have to cook every single day. And then I did, since I've been back for the 2 days, I'm not allowing myself to eat past 6 o'clock, which I know will help. I can drink liquids and stuff, like I have my ginger ale right now for stream, but I'm not allowed to have any solid foods past 6. And then the other thing that always is tough for me is just, I really gotta learn to stop comparing early 20s Ash to now early 30s Ash. Your body literally is drastically different. Not drastically, but there are changes from when you're in your early 20s to your 30s. When it comes to weight loss, weight and stuff does not come off as quickly and everything as when you're younger. and to remind myself that it's going to take more time than it did when I got ripped in the past. And that's okay. It doesn't mean I'm not making progress, but to keep reminding myself in a kind way, like, you can't expect results as fast as you did back then. So, but I struggle with that sometimes. So. Sorry to my teammates, I'm like venting to chat and not really playing much. I apologize. I'm not contributing enough, I feel like, during this one. But honestly, I think what's been helping my mental too is, like I said, like, I was putting myself on a strict content schedule. Alright, I definitely dodged that. That's some bull.
Thanks, that helped. Thanks, that helped. Thanks, that helped.
Alright, can he focus somebody else for a second? Damn. Hello? Steve literally told me to shut the hell up. Yeah, one thing that's really been helping me mentally, even just beyond like weight loss stuff, is, oh my lord. Like, when I was gone for the 2 days with you, Liz, I actually barely went on my social medias. And I'm not gonna lie, it felt really fucking good and refreshing. Like, I was even barely, like, checking my phone. Not feeling the need to click on Instagram or nothing like that. If anything, the most social media is at night when we were done with our day. Chilling in the hotel until we fell asleep, just watching, you know, some YouTube videos. But that was nice. And also changing it to where I don't put myself on a specific schedule anymore with content. More so, hey, today if I feel like streaming, I'll stream. If not, I'm only on my own schedule, nobody else's type of thing. Not feel obligated, you know? I kinda, the last 2 years, y'all, I went so hard that I forgot why I was doing it in the first place a little bit. And I started making myself feel like I was obligated to, like, I have to make a certain amount of content every week. I have to stream 4 to 5 days. It was becoming too much versus it reminding myself that I'm doing it for just the love and the fun of it, and if anything results from that, if I actually make it, then cool. From there, I can turn myself into a business. But for now, to enjoy those earlier stages like you're supposed to, if that makes sense. So going back to just like when I make things, whatever it be, drawings, whatever, videos, if something happens, for example, like recently I just finished playing on my own again Tales of Arise, which is the newest Tales game because it re-released on the Switch too. And I enjoyed the experience so much that I have a video idea that I want to do, and so it's more of a natural flow of something came up or a video game trailer. Now I feel like I want to make content versus feeling obligated. So it's been a lot better.
That's alright, no worries.
I think my one problem is getting sent to the hospital from losing too much weight at once. 2.5 years ago I weighed 485 pounds and today I weigh 251. Nice, dude. Yeah, I haven't weighed myself in a hot minute, but I know I'm definitely way overweight for being 5'2". For me, I would always want to be at a range, but never a specific number, because I feel like that's healthier, and healthier for your mind. So as long as I can, I'll be happy as long as I can always stay between 120 and 130. Then I'll be happy. Also, welcome in Hector. Thank you for being here. I should have... Let me restock. My team should be fine because I haven't really been helping them much. I'm getting distracted. Just the older I get, y'all, and the way the world and stuff is heading, I understand now why older people just want peace and calm and quiet. Like I'm getting to that age where I get it. And I just want a chill, calm, quiet, happy life with a little bit of content thrown in there here and there, some streams here and there, you know, for a little spice. But yeah.
Thanks! That helped!
I'll sit tight here.
Hiya.
No worries.
Oh lord, why are there so many monsters? Where's the... Wait, why does the poo have no effect on them? That's weird. Oh, he's almost dead. I'm gonna trap it.
Trap set.
I think we only had, yeah, we only had one life. Which I can't blame the randoms, like that quest was a little tough. Over on Twitch, I'm not sure if you're still here, but not Sev. Not sure if you're still in the chat, but if you would like to do one hunt with us, you can, and if all is good, you can stay in the link party. I'm not sure if you're still here. They might have left though, because I did originally say that I wasn't too sure about letting randoms join, so it's all understandable. All good.
Yeah.
Any quests you want to go on?
Quest accepted.
Yeah, man. Oh, I just got the notification. Thank you, Wesley, for following me on Instagram. That platform's definitely, over the years, gotten harder to grow on, so I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Alrighty, Bartholomew's good to go.
We got this.
The hunt is on!
Do you have everything?
Welcome in the only ring bearer. The one and only. Thank you for being here tonight and stopping by the stream. It be doing. Life be doing. How life be do for you.
It looks angry.
We got this.
It definitely be doing. I feel that.
Good to have you.
How close am I to my goal? I'm currently at HR 752. So I'm getting there. God damn, that's a lot. I have... When it comes to Monster Hunter games, a lot of my life and existence goes into them, that's for sure. I think I'm almost at 1,000 hours in this game. Obviously, hitting max level in Monster Hunter games doesn't do anything, right? But it's because I've literally done everything that you can possibly do in base game for this game, and we don't get Master Rank till next year, which is the giant expansion. I was like, you know what? Because why not? Let me get to 999 just to say that I did. You know what I mean? Do I play with every weapon, or do I have a main one that I use? I am a bow user. I have, because I know with Wilds, it's the first time where you can actually have 2 weapons equipped at once, even though I don't utilize that feature at all, I'm not gonna lie. Because I carry with me 2 bows. Sometimes for fun I have used the longsword, but I am a bow main in all Monster Hunter games. Like with me, fact about me is no matter what the video game, if it offers the option of a bow and arrow, I will always choose that over anything else. I've always really loved that weapon, so... Oh, he's dead. I didn't even notice he was dead. I'm like HR 150-ish, I think. Haven't played in a while, though. I can understand people taking a break, especially now because, like I said, base games at that point where all Monster Hunter games hit, where there's not any more, like, updates or anything, right? Because base game is over until Master Rank. So I know even some of the people that I play with have been taking longer breaks than like back when, you know, we were playing a few months ago, which is understandable. Even I took a break for a hot minute, but then I kind of missed it, and after seeing the trailer, the little teaser for Master Rank, it made me want to hop back on, and I was like, but the only thing I have to do is to get to 999. I've made every bow in the game, I've made every armor, I've done every event quest, I have all of the, like, A rank, or no, it was S rank, charms that you could get from the certain event quests, so it's like, I guess I'll accomplish the goal of 999 just to show that I did it. I put enough hours anyway, I might as well. Yeah. Is Wilds your first Monster Hunter game, or have you played other ones? A true archer through and through. 100%. One of my favorite games to use bow and arrow is actually the Tomb Raider games. My first was World, but I had no clue what I was doing. My first Monster Hunter was World also. The person I was dating at the time was a huge Monster Hunter fan, so I had some friends when I was in like high school that used to play them as well. So I knew about Monster Hunter, but I was like, kind of like brushed it off sort of thing, and especially because the older games, you know, being on the like DS and like the handhelds and stuff, it felt kind of clunky to me, and I didn't care for the older games like the way they felt. But then when World came out, again, the person I was dating at the time, they're like, if I buy it for you, will you please play with me? And I was like, well, I'm literally getting a free game, so I'm not gonna say no. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. Plus, again, because you can play with other people at that time, I was like, and I can play something with my partner, so why not? And I ended up diving into that game and becoming more addicted to it than they were. As much of a big Monster Hunter nut as he was, I ended up playing that game way longer and putting more hours in, and I've been in love with Monster Hunter games ever since. So I've played a shit ton of World. I never got to fully beat Rise because other games at the time were coming out, and it made it to where I just didn't have the time to play that one as much as I would have wanted to, but it was a really good game. And then I'm also a fan of the Monster Hunter Stories games because they're, with the turn-based, it kind of feels like Monster Hunter meets Pokemon, so... And then, of course, Wilds, so... But I was definitely on the same boat as you because World was my first one, like, it was all new to me. I have some idea of what I'm doing in this one though, so I've learned some stuff. You're evolving. And listen, that's one of the things with a game like Monster Hunter, right? Because there's a lot of grinding and repetitiveness. We're all bad. I get carded all the time still, but it's all a learning experience. And with each hunt, you just get better. So... And I've even, like, I think like a month ago, me and my friend Matt, who's currently playing with me, his character, he is the one named Ashley. We went back because he didn't get to finish Rise either, and we went back to play it. But I will say, even though there's a lot about Rise that I think made it really, really good, especially with the mobility and everything, it's an excellent game. But the little slice of life features that they added in this one, and this one does feel the most fast-paced out of all the Monster Hunter games. I took too long sort of situation to finish Rise that I actually wasn't enjoying playing it anymore after playing this one. So I stopped and we came back to playing this one, so... and then I could definitely, as much as World will always hold a special place in my heart, I can never go back to it. Especially because, if you remember, when it comes to the traversal in that world, you had to run everywhere unless you did a specific side quest, and that side quest is very long to complete. It's very tedious. You unlock the ability to, like, call a random little mini monster mount, and they'll auto-take you to whatever monster you're fighting, but you can't control them like you do the mounts here in Wilds. But that quest was very tedious. Otherwise, in that game, you literally had to run to everything, and little aspects like that, I know I could not go back to World. I wouldn't enjoy it the same, so I'm gonna leave it for what it was with the memories that I have, you know, so I don't ruin the memory and experience that I have, sort of thing. I've tried to go back to World to play it properly, but I can't. Yeah. I'm 100% on the same boat. I just saw your comment. What do you think about greatsword users? I admire y'all if you are a greatsword user, because when it comes to games, if it's, you know, where you have different options of weapons, I can never, if it's a really slow weapon, I can't. But I admire people who do know how to use those weapons, because I know that even though they're slow, they do the most damage and they hit really hard, like the hits feel nice, but I cannot play slow weapons. I can't. I need to have some mobility, right? And I also like weapons, and it's probably why I like bow and arrow so much, that allow me to have some distance from what I'm fighting. But I definitely admire people that can boss-ass the slow weapons and make them look really cool to handle. I just can't do it personally. And I will say the fan art design, that one for the greatsword, the Shattering Glass one, visually, that shit looks so cool. I think all of the weapons in this game have a charm to them. It's just... I guess I'm a loyal bitch like that. I stick with the one bitch that's been with me since the beginning, and I've stayed loyal to her, type of thing. You know what I mean? Again, on this game I've played longsword a couple of times for the fun of it, but then after a couple of hunts, like, I need my bow back. So I'm indeed a great sword user. Nice. Fair enough. I like to get close and bonk the monster in the face. I can understand that satisfaction. I think because, like, I'm not the greatest gamer in the world, right? And I'm not pretending that I am. Losing some damage output for the sake of having a bit more distance makes me feel safer. So... I definitely do it for slight skill issue reasons. But I can definitely see the appeal of liking to be up close and smacking the shit out of it. Like, I get that. I also like to clash with the monsters. That is true, because see, those are certain things that as a bow user I miss out on, right? Because bow can't do the clash stuff. So I don't get to enjoy those experiences, but I get it. I usually just captured the Mizu to help end the quest faster, because again, this is just the XP farming event quest. My favorite thing that they've added for me personally, the animations for the clash are really cool. Sometimes, like, I'll watch them on YouTube again because when I'm playing, I'll never get to experience it as I'm playing because I don't use a weapon that can do it. They're really cool. I am really excited to see... because we're going to have that new arm gadget mechanic in Master Rank, and each weapon will get personally differently, like the gameplay will be affected differently with that new tool that we're getting, and I'm really, really excited to see how that's going to make the gameplay feel, too. But yeah, I was kind of iffy. I know someone earlier, but they probably definitely left. Unfortunately, I used to leave my lobbies for this game when I live stream, like, fully open. But I had a case scenario where some dickhead wanted to ruin it, and they came in and joined, and they were a hacker. And obviously I'm live streaming and I'm trying to grow as a content creator, right, and streamer. And if in the future I could possibly have opportunities to work with, like, Capcom and things like that, you know, I don't want it to seem like I'm associated with that shit. Plus, in a game like Monster Hunter, what's the point of playing it if you're not actually fighting? But we literally, as soon as it said quest start, it said quest ended, because he went to the monster, hit it once, and it auto-died. So, for the longest one, I stopped doing just open lobby. I have my squad lobbies now that are private. But if anybody in chat does want to play, for example, tonight I do have 2 open slots. I'm going to be playing for another, like, hour and a half, because I'm going to play till 12 p.m. EST, which is my time. It's currently almost 10:30. I do what I call, like, a trial hunt, meaning you can do 1 hunt with me, and if everything's good and nothing's suspicious, right, you know what I'm saying, then I'll allow you to stay at the link party for the rest of the stream, or for however long you want to play. But if any fishy shit like that one dude pulled in the past, obviously you'll immediately get kicked out and not be able to play ever again. So yeah. There always gotta be somebody that tries to ruin shit for everybody, you know what I mean? Oh shit. Welcome in, King. King, I do have 2 slots open. It's just me and Matt playing. So if you did want to join, let me know and I can send you an invite. I need to download this game again and fight Gog Mazios because I haven't done it yet. Gog is a fun fight. Definitely a little tough when you first fight him, but once you have, like, you've made weapons from him and stuff, it's not as bad. But I find it actually to be a pretty fun fight, and he has, like, you know, the little cinematic, like, moments and stuff. I'll join. No worries, I'll send you an invite, and then no rush, just accept it whenever you can. I'm gonna, King, I'm gonna play for, like, another, like, hour and a half-ish, so... Can I clash with Gog? Good question. I will look it up really quick for you, because like I said, I don't get the joy of experiencing that. That's actually a good question. I wonder, can you clash with him? I wonder if it allows that animation. So I just looked it up, and you can indeed initiate a power clash with Gog Mazios. It does say here, though. I'm not sure if you can activate it with your greatsword. It's saying because he's one of the, you know, large size cinematic monsters. It's saying here that you need a shield weapon in order to perfectly time to trigger it. Here, let me specifically type in, can I clash with Gog with greatsword? So apparently you can definitely trigger it if you have a shield. But let me see, can I clash with Gog with greatsword? Yeah, so you can activate the power clash with your greatsword as well. It just might take you longer than someone who has a shield weapon. But yeah, you can... Power clashes definitely work. It's just because he's the large size monster, a shield weapon person will be able to initiate it and cause it to happen quicker. But you can do it with your greatsword, yeah. Thank you for asking that, because now I'm more educated. That must look so cool, because he's humongous. That must feel... Ooh, when you activate it for the first time, you're gonna feel like a god. That's gonna feel sick. I'm gonna download this game immediately. Thanks for searching up. No worries, I'm always happy to help people. And again, I got educated too. Let's just give... double check, make sure no one's logged in. Yes is doing his own thing, so that's fine. I haven't played with my friend Yez in a very long time. I'm not sure if he's doing his own thing, but just in case, I'll invite him if at any point he wants to join. Oh, see, yeah, he's already... No worries. He's doing his own shit.
Yes.
Well, thank you,
Make sure you're prepared.
so much, Ringbearer, for the follow. I appreciate you. Thank you for following on Twitch. I'm getting very close. We almost hit 100 followers on Twitch, so we're getting there, y'all. We're getting there.
Appreciates it.
The last time I played was when Omega was added. So you've taken a nice little break hiatus. Okay. Since you played World, do you remember when they did the Final Fantasy collab with the Behemoth? I'm not sure about you, but the Behemoth gave me PTSD. That shit was so hard. And I was like, it could never get worse than this. And I have to admit, the Final Fantasy collab in this game with Omega, they said you thought Behemoth was bad. The like harder, because right, there's an easier version of Omega and then there's the ultimate version. That shit gave me PTSD times 2, and it's worse than Behemoth. Major pain in the ass. Like, the armor and stuff you get from it's stunning. But, like, I never want to have to fight that thing again. Unfortunately, I never got to fight it. Oh, you mean the Behemoth from World? The Behemoth from World was disgusting because it had a move when it did Meteor that if you weren't hidden behind a boulder, it literally was an auto kill. But here's the thing, if you tried to go back to camp, you would also die at camp. You would die in the camp. Like, you had to be behind one of the boulders that fall on the floor. Otherwise, you literally would instantly get KO'd no matter where you were on the map. Also, a clinker has entered my Twitch chat, so let me take this bitch down. Hold up. Get out of here. Okay. I did fight the Li Shin from the Witcher collab though, and that was straight ass. I did not enjoy that at all, and that shit was tough. That quest was hard. But I literally, even after beating it though, it didn't feel great. At least for me, I was like, I never want to fucking go through that again. Where the hell is it going? What the hell's wrong with Rafiki? Hello? Where's this bitch going?
Great! Way to go!
you're right. That's probably why I hated it so much. It was purposely, you're right, I forgot about that. It was purposely set up to where...
For me too. I made eye contact with it.
What the hell's going on? That was weird. Me and Matt are still in the lobby together, but Trish got kicked out. That was weird. That was like some major lag too, and then like the monster just died. I'll have to... We're still in a link party together, but...
I'll just hop off for now.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Didn't even know it hit him.
No, but Ring, you're right. I forgot that the Leishan, it was purposely set up that it purposely took the whole quest to complete it because it had the different stages and shit. It's probably why I hated it so much. Well, thankfully Trish didn't get like kicked out of the party, so I can still easily join back.
Good one, Harry! We got this!
I think Gormagala and Laggy are my favorite fights in this game. Okay. Gore at the beginning was very tough for me, but then... Now at this point with the Gog Mazios like weapons and stuff, he's nothing. But Gog for the longest time gave me the most challenge. For a while I tried to platinum the game as well, but I got bored. So I usually don't trophy hunt too much with games, but there are a few games here and there where like I heavily invest. Monster Hunter games are one of them. I did actually platinum this one. Obviously over time as the game's been out, they've actually made crown hunting easier, but back when I was doing it, because you have to farm for all the gold crowns, it was before they made it a bit easier. So I had to put in, that's where a lot of my hours come from, is saving quests where I finally find a gold crown of a monster. Because now that you can like save investigations, when I would find a gold crown I would save it. So this way I could also help my friends out to platinuming the game. That took a hot minute. But you know what the hardest trophy in this fucking game was? Is catching all of the fucking fish. Because as much as... This is another fun fact about me. Growing up, do you guys remember like those Cabela hunting and fishing games? Those are my shit. I actually really... I really liked those. But just in general, when a game has fishing, I love it. I love fishing. But the way that they did the mechanics in the fishing for this game, it is utter ass. Capcom, I love you, but the fishing in this game is trash. The mechanics of it, trash. And the thing is, you have to catch like the rarest of the fish in order to get the trophy, which are like the big boys that I think the final fish you have to catch takes over 30 minutes to finally reel in. That trophy is definitely the reason why I have some gray hairs now. But I finally managed to do it, and the thing is, because I love my best friend so much, I told myself after I got that trophy for myself that I would never touch the fishing in this game ever, but I love her to death. I would die for her. I'd do anything for her, because I'm a whipped best friend like that. And I had to do it again in her game. And after that, though, I promise I will never, unless, which I have a funny feeling, when we get the expansion, I might have to touch the fishing rod again for the trophies there. Otherwise, I will never fish in this game ever again. It is bad.
And return unharmed.
Nice, I want to try again because I need more platinums to add to my collection. Yeah, if I ever tell you that I platinumed a game, for me, that tells for all of y'all, damn, that must be a game she really loves, because I only do it for games that I get, like, addicted to. Another franchise that I platinumed all of the games, not like the really, really old games, because I know they've re-released those, but the reboot, like, prequel trilogy for Tomb Raider, I have platinumed all of them. And by the way, the first part of that reboot saga, Tomb Raider 1, part of the trophies came from the online mode that was in that game, which I think the servers for the online mode, I'm not even sure if you can even play the online mode anymore. The online mode was ass. And at the time, I didn't know anybody who was playing that game besides me, and one of the trophies, you needed actually another person to assist you in the online mode. And thankfully, at some point, I randomly in a game had someone that, through no voice communication, by the way, because there wasn't in-game voice chat for the online mode, we magically synced brainwaves and were able to help each other, because they too, I happened to run into someone who needed that same trophy, and through teabagging we communicated that we could help each other, and we both helped each other get that trophy. But yeah, the Tomb Raider reboot would be games that I have platinums for. I don't play a lot of fighting games just because I'm trash at them, but my favorite, and it's more so an anime fighting game, which is different from like traditional fighting games, right? I adore and will always cherish the Naruto Ninja Storm games. I went ham on those shits. I platinumed all of those. And I've also platinumed some like RPGs that I've played. But for the most part, I haven't platinumed like a shit ton of games. Maybe, like, I'm pretty sure there's no way I've passed, like, 30 platinums. I feel like I'm in, like, the 20 range. How about for you? Do you have a lot of platinums? I will say, though, besides the fishing trophy, which I think is going to be the one that probably is the last one that you obtain, because it's a pain in the ass, dude. Crown hunting, over time in this game, they've made definitely easier because, like, for example, there's a lot of event quests that are out permanently now. that the monsters are automatic gold crowns. So it's definitely easier to get that trophy. It's not as hard as when I was grinding for it, so... If you're in the 20 range, then you have more than me. I would have to actually check. Before stream is over, I will actually go and see how many platinums it says that I've accumulated. The thing is, I know I have some... I'm not sure if all of my platinums throughout my gaming are gonna show, because when I got my PS5, I just decided to start fresh, and I actually made a brand new username and account. And this was actually before they implemented that you could change your username. So some of my like PS4 journey is not. The only platinums that I have shown or whatever I've done throughout the time I've had my PS5. But I'll definitely, because I'm curious now too, I'll definitely check before stream's over. How many that I've accumulated.
Quest accepted.
I've been on 18 for fucking ages and I want to change that so badly. Besides this game, are there any games that are going to be coming out that you're like, I definitely want to platinum that one? I know for me, I'm not big into superheroes. I never got into like Marvel and DC stuff that much. I do really love Spider-Man though. I think he's the shit. I grew up remembering the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, like seeing the trailers and then getting to see them when they first came to theaters because I'm old. But I was just about to... I see you mentioned Wolverine. I've platinumed the Spider-Man Insomniac games because I love those. When it comes to my love of Spider-Man, in terms of my knowledge of Spider-Man, like, because, again, I don't dive deep into the superhero stuff. Most of my Spider-Man knowledge, though, comes from, like, the Tobey Maguire movies and the video games. Wolverine, though, looks fantastic. Insomniac has slayed once again. That the last trailer convinced me that I am going to get the game. And I could see that being a game that I don't think is going to be too crazy to platinum, so I might dive in like I did with the Spider-Man games and platinum that one as well. I am really upset. I don't know if you know, but with Spider-Man 2, we were supposed to get a multiplayer add-on where you could literally like swing around and fight crime and stuff in the city with your friends. And imagine how fun that would have been, and they canceled it. They also canceled the DLCs like Carnage and stuff that we were supposed to get. It would have been so cool to freaking be different, like everybody wear a different Spidey suit and swing around and shit and just fuck around with each other. That would have been so cool. And they canceled it. I literally could probably spend a few hours with like friends, literally not even actually doing anything, but just swinging around and doing stunts. Like, that would have been so cool. Yeah, the DLCs that were planned for that game got canceled. I know one was supposed to be a Carnage DLC. And then they were working on that multiplayer expansion thing, but then that got canceled. still think when it comes to the Spider-Man movies, out of Tobey Maguire, and the other two, what is it, Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland, I still think Tobey Maguire is the G and he's the best of all three of them. Maybe I'm biased because those are the ones that, those movies introduced me and made me fall in love with Spider-Man as a superhero. But Tobey's the GOAT. I think, well, not think. First place I would give to Tobey. Second place I would give to Tom Holland. And then my least favorite was Andrew Garfield, I'm not gonna lie. Not that he's a bad actor or anything like that, it's just he felt the least Peter to me. I would have to agree with you. Nice. Wait, do you like Andrew Garfield better than Tom Holland? Putting Tobey aside, do you prefer Andrew or Tom's version of Peter? Oh, you think Tom's the worst one? Maybe I need to go. I've only seen the Andrew Garfield, his two. I've only actually seen each one of them once when they very first came out. So maybe I'll rewatch them and see, because again, I've only got to see each one of those once and it's been a hot damn minute. But I'll definitely rewatch and get back to you the next, whenever I am able to watch them. I'm curious because, again, I'm not like super like knowledgeable with all the news and stuff with the superhero world. Because Tobey got 3 films and Tom is getting 3 films. Was Andrew supposed to get 3 films, but they never did the 3rd one? Because he only has 2, right? Oh shit, hey Mavo, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. How have you been, by the way? Funny enough, by the way, Mavo, the other day I was talking to my friend about Kazan and how much I missed the game. Tom is good, but he's not my favorite. Gotcha. He does only have 2, and I'm not sure whether or not there was going to be a 3rd for Andrew. Oh, okay.
Thanks, that helped.
I'm curious if it was like. I'm curious why they only made his a 2-parter, not a trilogy. I'm pretty sure because most people hated the second one, they didn't make a 3rd. Oh, okay, so unfortunately the second film kind of flopped a bit. I gotcha.
Thanks, that helped.
I remember when they showed the trailer for the first of Andrew's films as Spider-Man. And again, because I'm not big on like the lore of stuff, or I never got into like DC and Marvel stuff. Because as you remember, with Tobey's version of Spider-Man, like the webs and stuff just come out of his body. So I thought that's just how Spider-Man is. So I remember when I first saw the trailer for Andrew's, not knowing anything about the comics and stuff, when I saw that he had to have a gadget in order to have the webs, I was like, what is this BS? This ain't Spider-Man. What a loser. Why isn't it coming out of his shit like Tom? like Tobey's. I was like... So I remember at first I kind of protested going to watch it, but then eventually I went to go watch it. But I was like, why'd they give him a gadget? Not knowing that that's how he is in the comics. But I do know, like, the multiverse is, like, fucking humongous when it comes to Marvel. So I do know there's, like, a shit ton of different variations of Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Way too many for me to keep track of. I think in some iterations it does just come out of his body, like in the old comics. There probably are iterations, because again, I know like the multiverse is like huge. I missed it. Literally an infinite number of versions. I mean, that's definitely why they did it, right? It is a very smart, easy, and clever way to be able to just keep it to where you never run out of superhero shit. But I don't know, I could just never really super get into all of that stuff. Now when it comes to like the designs for superheroes and everything, just from a visual aspect, I think a lot of them are really cool looking, but yeah, the Insomniac Spider-Man games, so fun. Oh, I ran into the damn blue bubble again. You know what sold me, because I'm a really big like horror junkie person? How bloody and gruesome Wolverine game was, that's what sold me. I was like, I need it. Because obviously with Spider-Man, like Spider-Man's a superhero, right? So like he tries to avoid killing people. He puts bad guys in jail sort of thing, right? Because of the hero code. Whereas I do know that Wolverine's more of like a anti-hero slash vigilante style, right? Where he does believe that, hey, not everybody deserves to just go to jail. Some bad guys need to be like KO'd for good. And I've always preferred actually like vigilante type characters like that. Because even I agree, not everybody deserves to just be put in jail and then to be released and then just continue their crimes. Like, how many times has Spider-Man locked up people and then those villains get back out and hurt more people? Like, just put the villain, put him down. So, Wolverine game definitely sold me. So the next game coming out that I'm personally getting is actually, because they did announce that all of the Xenoblade games are being re-released on the Switch 2. They are being, because I collect physical media, so the physical versions are coming out like spaced out. But I do know that Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition on the Switch 2 does come out at the end of this month. So that'll be the next game that I purchase. And then after that, I think the next one to come out on my list is the Beast of Reincarnation game, which is made by Game Freak, who are the company that make Pokemon. I'm sorry to dip, but it's 4 AM for me and I want to get at least some sleep tonight, so good luck with the rest of the stream and I'll appear in future streams. No worries. Thank you so much for being here, for chatting with me and chilling and stuff with us. I really do appreciate you. Thank you again for the follow. It means a lot to me. Just so you know, I am also on YouTube and Instagram if you'd like to follow me on those platforms as well, so you can keep up with everything. But yeah, I appreciate you. Get some rest, and I will see you next time for sure. Thank you. And thank you for staying up so late, by the way. I'm a night owl person, so 4 AM for me, which is bad, feels like nothing because my schedule is so fucked, but I appreciate you. Catch you later.
Quest accepted.
Good hunting starts with good eating.
Slowly but surely creeping to 999. Slowly but surely. Much? Mochi was sleeping and then abruptly, like, spawned up.
Good to have you.
What are you doing, Lenny? Hey, don't eat your hair. What's wrong with you?
Now commencing quest by order of the guild.
I'm so itchy. Sorry, y'all. Mochi got a massive itch and I'm helping him out. I always help him when he gets an itch spot because this guy literally sometimes will scratch himself so hard that he gives himself bald patches. That better? Crazy cat.
You keeping stocked?
A better launch? He said, yeah. Thanks. Ba-da-da-dee-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-dee-da-da-da-da. Matt's character just ran by the screen and face was super up in the camera. That was funny. Damn, he went to play dead and woke up and instantly got slain.
Looks like the monster dropped something.
Hey, Coco. Did you wake up from your nap? Hey, buddy.
Hey!
What's up, boys? Ride him, cowgirl. another sandworm is approaching. Oh, nope, he dipped. I should have released it sooner. Out of here, Steve. Steve literally fucking shit up. I don't even think I'm hitting the right one. Oh my lord, now it's running again. One thing about this game, I noticed like the screamer pods don't work as well as they did in past games.
Being able to fulfill your objective and return unharmed is quite the feat.
Let's go.
Right, I'm here if you need me.
Bartholomew is out. I know he said he could only play till 11, so it's all good. Thank you, Bartholomew and Trish, for joining for a bit.
I'm counting on you.
We'll play for another like 40-ish minutes and then that'll be it.
The hunt is on.
Do you have everything?
There, that's our target. We got our company. Look out! Be careful. He looks angry. We blinded it.
Stay down, chicken. Do your thing, Lazare. It's on its last leg. Just a little more. Get away from me, chicken.
I mounted it!
Don't get
Mizu, get the hell out of here.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
I can't see. Every time. Every time. Our random friend looks like they're hunting the Mizu, which is nice.
Don't worry about it. Sorry.
They got smacked. Every time. I feel like my depth perception just fucks that up every single time.
I got it.
Below sick kitty. Interesting. Bro.
We got this.
Alright, you little shit. Well, what are you doing?
Thanks! That helped! Thanks! That helped!
There's so many dead cocks all over the floor, it's crazy.
Thanks, that helped. Truck set.
Damn, that person smacked it that it's technically not even in the trap anymore. Mizu went nighty-night. No. Don't you make a mess. Kick your butt. What you boys want, huh? Alrighty, Chad, I'm gonna do one last hunt, and then that's gonna be it for tonight's stream. But I appreciate y'all for joining me tonight. Because by the time we finish this one, it'll be close enough to like 12, so...
Destination's just a quick hop from here.
Let's have another hunt with no surprises today.
Didn't even know it hit him.
Need him to come over here.
Here we go.
Oh my lord, he's going the wrong way. You bitch. Oh my lord, come on.
Leave this to me. Heels inbound.
I set a trap.
Come over here, bitch, I dare you. Come on.
Yeah, right on target.
That shit hit me. It was worth it. I didn't have to do that, that was a waste of time, but I wanted to just cause. The amount of prep that took, I would have been better off just damaging him, but...
I think you can use that as slinger ammo.
Damn, this random's not messing around.
All right. Look. I'll be fine. I got it covered.
What's the matter, Roach?
Looks like it's moving to a new area.
Looks like the monster dropped something.
Would you?
This ought to put a dent in it. It's looking weak. Almost there.
I set a trap.
That works for me. I missed.
My way there.
Beat gets heavy. Can't move.
Good to have you.
Oops. My character had her ass all up in the screen. Bitch.
Trap set.
Nice, nice.
This is a rare.
That was smooth. Let me check something. No longer allowing myself to eat any solid foods after 6 at the beginning is really gonna fucking suck. But I gotta do it. Because my stomach's growling. I get random late night munchies and I can't anymore. I adore that dancing cat, by the way, Kotsu. And he's hitting them dance moves hard as fuck. I like that.
Appreciates it.
Yeah, because we're at 240. Alright, I'll do one more hunt and then that is it. And then we will end stream.
Yes.
Thank you much. I had gotten a delivery from Amazon, and I always let them keep the box until they destroy it,
The
because
hunt is on.
I bought them a shit ton of toys. Many different types, and they'd rather just have the box instead. So, he is currently playing in his box. Damn, Mizu got freaking tumbled over by all the cops.
Didn't even know it hit him.
Love how you have the anime character who's also on crack to go along with the crack cat. Love it.
Work real good. We'll have to carve it later.
Oh god, I trapped it in here. Thought she was over on the other side, that sucks.
Do your thing, Flattery.
was not paying attention to my health.
Time to go on the offensive.
Good to have you.
What the hell just happened? He has been slain. They paralyzed the cop. Goddamn music.
That helped.
One more to go.
I got it. Go.
Is that alcohol? Blood vial. We drinking blood sacrifices now, Costa? I mean, we are the Warriors of Light cult, right? So I guess that works. Just cause.
Thanks, that helps.
Aw shit, Marvin's up in this bitch. Coming in like a silent ninja, hydrating and posture checking my ass. What if I don't want to hydrate? I'm just kidding. Posture check. Because I am slouching, I can feel it in my upper fucking back. Hydrate, I got my ginger ale. And I'm sitting upright. The fact that sitting upright hurts shows how bad my posture is. I'm not giving you a choice. How dare you use my point redeems? Well, I guess this Mizu wants to be a bitch, so she's gonna die. It's your fault for giving me this option. You're right. I made the bad decision to create currency. I knew that shit was gonna hit me because it hits me every fucking time.
Nice work, Hunter. Let's head back.
Thank you, by the way, Marvin, for stopping by and being at the stream. I hope life and everything has been decent. I 'Cause 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 Life do be lifin'. I feel that. Especially with the bullshit news we got from Sony. I'm like actually really upset about that. Some bullshit. Like I've literally actually already like physically cried a couple of times out of frustration to that news. I am not looking forward to 2028. But at the same time, like, yes, there's a bunch that the gaming companies are 100% responsible for and to blame for. But also, we do have to acknowledge that it's also partial consumers' fault too. Right? With the conveniency of doing digital. And we know it's not the whole community, but we know there's a big chunk of lazy ass motherfuckers that they click the button so they don't have to get up off their couch. They don't go out and touch grass, or it's too much of a hassle to go to your local game store to get your game, which to me I'll never understand, because I still to this day love knowing that you get in your car and you're gonna go to the game store and pre-order a game, or especially even pick up a game, and then while you're there you check out the random shit that they have. Like, it's all part of the experience and fun. Versus, it feels so lame when you go on the store and just click a couple of buttons and the game's there. Like, so obviously it's that both sides of a coin, right? Like, both sides gotta take some fault. But also we can't sit here and we can't say that it's 100% the consumer's fault either, because it's not. The gaming companies, we see it. We knew this was gonna happen, but it fucking sucks with how literally these investors and stuff, especially I feel like it's the greed level and stuff has been pushed times 1,000 ever since being a nerd became cool and mainstream. Which, please, can we go back to the times where we would be made fun of if we said we made video games and it not be as cool anymore? Thank you. But the fact that they've become so greedy, like, you can make money in this world, but still be a decent human as you're making money. You don't have to be a piece of shit and a scumbag. And that's what the gaming industry has become. And it's like, it's actually really upsetting. Like, because I know you're into Kingdom Hearts and stuff too. Like, that means, I don't think it'll affect Kingdom Hearts 4, depending on when the fuck that comes out. But imagine, like, we're gonna be in a world where before the Kingdom Hearts, like, the whole saga and story ends, there's gonna be some of the Kingdom Hearts games that we never get to put on our shelf with all the rest of the titles. Final Fantasy games. Like, I'm pretty sure by the time we get to see Final Fantasy 17, the next mainline game, the fact that there's not gonna be a physical Final Fantasy game to hold in your hands, that's literally the fact, and you know too, the fact that they specifically not only said 2028, but they put January in there. Everything these companies do, again, they don't care about the art, they don't care about actual gaming, it's all just fucking money, especially, again, like I said, ever since becoming a nerd and the whole nerd culture, like video game world, anime, all of that stuff has become mainstream. These investors that have never touched a fucking video game in their life have just ruined shit. We also, though, have people within the company that have just become power hungry. I think the fact that Sony in 2028, that'll literally allow them to basically not have much competition, which I never think is healthy for a company, I think gaming companies should always have competition with each other because it's what keeps them innovative, and yeah, it's what sparks innovation and creativity. When they have no competition, they just are at a fucking standstill. And it's like Sony is reaching a point where they are going to have almost all of the power, not all, but a big chunk, way bigger than any one gaming company should have, of the digital market. And here's the thing that pisses me off the most, right? They say a big reason is because they want to cut costs. Well, okay, Sony. If it's now going to be cheaper for you to go all digital, if you're saving a shit ton of money because physical's now gone, then that means all of our digital games will go back to being $60, right? There's no reason games should be more expensive now if you're saving money. Or online membership should be a lot cheaper. The price should go down for all the tiers, or better yet, it should go back to being free to play. Remember the days before we got charged to play on our own internet that we already paid for? So everything should get cheaper then because it's cheaper for you, right? And that's the part that pisses me off. Because no, they want to shove it that they're cutting costs to save money. Then how come it's getting more expensive for us? And what's really sad is gaming used to be something that was for everybody. Didn't matter your financial status, everybody could enjoy gaming. Maybe in different avenues, there are some people out there that the only way they can play games is to get used copies because money's tight. But no matter what, gaming was for everyone could access it. We are reaching a point where gaming, they are turning it into something that only a select amount of people can enjoy. Not everyone anymore. And that's the saddest fucking shit. There will literally be people out there that even if the interest of gaming, especially younger generations, it interests them, they will never be able to pick up the hobby because they don't have the money to do so. Because you're forced to, unless you're at a certain bracket, you don't have access to this hobby anymore. That's fucked up. And this is why I've always hated, and I'm not programmed that way, the level of fucking greed that humans can reach astounds me. I understand that, unfortunately, the way, for some reason, the people in power have designed the world for so many years that we have to pay to exist, which is bullshit on itself, because the planet provides us everything we need for free. But they've taken it and bottled it up. It made us pay for everything. I don't even know where I was fucking going, because now I'm getting upset again. But it's bad. Low-key, if it stands, I'm just never gonna buy a console again. The fact that they put January, you know damn well that that's probably because that's probably the year and the month that the PS6 is coming out. And I feel like it's their literal way of telling us that the PlayStation 6, which we all already predicted this, is going to be a digital-only console. And I don't think the PS6 is even going to give the option of a disc, add-on tray like the PS5 Pro did. It is literally going to be a forced digital-only console, no more slit. So even if third-party companies beyond Sony wanted to make digital, that forces even third-party companies, there's no reason for them to give physical editions of their games, because even if you get it, like, yeah, you could have it as a collector item thing, but it's null and void. Like, you can't use it. And the thing with, like, fully digital, and I feel like so many people are still not educated, you do not own anything at that point. You literally don't own anything anymore. At any point, the scummiest thing, listen, it sucks that because of licensing and stuff, sometimes certain games can be taken off the store. But once a person purchases something, even if you can no longer sell it in the store, once the person has it purchased on their system, they should be able to keep it. The thing is, and we all know damn well, that when they take stuff off the store, the big issue is when they then take it away from you being able to also access it, even though you've already paid for it. They do not want you to own anything anymore. They cut costs, so they're going to make even more money. And let's be honest, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, fucking all of these companies, they are not hurting for money. They are doing fucking fine. They're going to cut costs so they can keep having more in their pocket. But how come it's becoming more expensive of a hobby for us? And then on top of it, you're giving us less options of ways to game. But then I bet you I wouldn't even be surprised if the PlayStation 6 is close to $1,000 fucking dollars. But then it's only digital. And who's to say as time goes on, they just can continue with taking away everything. The back of the PlayStation 6 could have no Ethernet port or anything, to really lock you in with not owning shit. They could even, my friend in one of her videos she made on Instagram made a good point. They could even take away the ability for you to game share. Because you're taking money away from them when you buy one copy, but then multiple people can play it. I will not be surprised if that's another thing they're planning on taking away. And listen, I'm not going to get into big debate because people go balls deep with sucking Rockstar's cock when it comes to GTA. But you can't sit here and say Rockstar is some great company either. They're one of the most greediest companies. And listen, I fucking adore Red Dead Redemption. But Rockstar has just shown that they're super greedy. Super greedy. And also, just in case anybody hasn't been informed, it has been updated that it is actually misinformation that they are planning in a future date to actually give a real physical release of GTA 6. They said, we were thinking about it, but there are no actual fully activated, set in stone plans to do a physical release of GTA 6. Then on top of it, it's a company that tells you, yeah, the game's $80 for a dissected version. If you actually want to fully experience the game, you gotta pay at least $100. And then we all know once the online mode comes out, the amount of money they're gonna fucking get there. And you know what's crazy to me? The amount of money that they've made, they didn't need to make the game fucking $100. The deluxe edition could have been $80, and the normal version could have been the $70, right? Make the deluxe a little bit bigger, whatever. Do y'all realize they already knew just from the pre-orders they were gonna make their fucking money back, which they have. But it's like, it blows my mind all the stuff that they lock, right? It just blows my... I am not saying that GTA isn't a fun game and that it's cool and innovative and stuff like that. It's not a trash game. But the level of power that people have given Rockstar in a life simulator game, yeah, it's the most realistic one. But the amount of power you have given that company is disgusting. And I will stand on that. I know there are so many GTA fans. Listen, I grew up with GTA games. I enjoyed playing them like here and there. I didn't go ham and invest. I'm not saying they're bad games. They're fun. But the power people have given them? No. And it blows my mind online, the amount of people that defend them in a way that almost makes it seem like they're justified. Rockstar's allowed to be greedy. But then the same people that'll complain about how the whole gaming industry is becoming greedy, then you have to blame everybody involved. one person isn't exempted from being greedy just because they made a cool life simulator game. Like, no. So, ugh. But yeah, Marvin, I'm definitely with you. Like, if it truly happens to where consoles now is just you're forced to digital only, I literally don't think I'll buy any more consoles. I also don't think I will play PC. I'm not switching over to PC gaming because that is still a digital era. I will gladly be the person that proudly still plays her PlayStation 5 even after PlayStation 7, 8, 9, 10 is out. And I will just go back and keep replaying the games that make me happy and that I never get tired of. But I will not continue keeping up with the newest gen of games if I am forced to only do it a certain way. Because then I have no right to bitch and complain right now like I'm doing, and then the PS6 comes out and I buy it and I'm like, well, because gaming's a big part of my life. But to sit here and bitch and complain and then I just cave into them, I'm not going to do it. I have plenty of games on my shelves and stuff to keep me happy. Will it suck that means I'll miss out on newer titles? It is what it is. At least I'll still have games when I get the gaming kick and urge, but I will not fucking do that. Mm-mm. The fact that, like, games are almost gonna become, like vinyl records in the sense. But shit, even with vinyl records, you can still fucking take them out if you want to and play them. The GTA thing really pisses me off. Now, I will say, the people that are saying it's Rockstar that have brought all of this upon us, no. They're not the ones that started it, let's be honest. But they're definitely one of the greediest people I've ever fucking seen. And just because they made GTA doesn't mean that they're allowed to be greedy and it's justified, but no one else is. No. And I'm telling you right now, y'all are not getting a physical version of GTA. And if you sit here and tell me that you don't think that companies like Rockstar already knew what PlayStation was gonna, or Sony, sorry, was gonna announce to us, they already knew that way before Sony made the public letter. They already know. And then they prep in advance. Why, when they're launching GTA 6, they don't even bother with a physical, because they already knew Sony was gonna do that shit. So it was already bad enough, right, my last point, it was already bad enough that for many years already now, thankfully we still get a physical media, but it was already bad enough and pissed me off sometimes that you would still have to download the game, or even if the game was on the disc, you still have to download, like, pack the update files and shit to actually play it, right? So the whole internet conversion with games, it's already been semi-digitalized for quite a few years now, right? Because it's been a hot minute since the era, let's be honest, of where we would put a game in and it would just immediately play and not need internet for any goddamn reason to play it. But that middle ground, I was still okay enough with, because at least we were still physically getting the option to play games that way. We're still getting game cases and actual discs. The fact, too, that Sony in that letter had the nerve to be like, you'll still have the option to game your way by either you can get your digital copy just by staying at home, or you can go to a retailer and get your digital copy. At that point, let's be honest, who the hell is going to go to the gaming store to pick up a piece of fucking paper? And then on top of it, that's even more sad because when you go out now, eventually that means there will be no such thing as any type of gaming store anymore. Whether it's secondhand, really cool pawn shops, like mom and pop pawn shops, like gaming shops, are so fun to look around at for nostalgia and just a bunch. Sometimes you can, again, get games for really good prices. So this way, no matter what a person's financial status or life, they can all enjoy the hobby. That means we're going to reach a point where gaming stores of any kind literally don't exist either. Because, yeah, like certain like mom and pop shops and things might still stand because, you know, we'll have old games, right? So maybe they, let me take that back, they won't go fully obsolete. But what triggers from that is when you go to these pawn shops and things, if they're the only one that have the few left of physical that still exists, that's gonna skyrocket the price of all the used games. Even used games that really should only cost like $5, you'll see at like 20 bucks. Because they know they have some of the few last physical copies. So even going to secondhand shops, I think mainline stores like GameStop and stuff are screwed. Like, I think they're gonna go out of business. But if you do still find like second hand-me-down like gaming stores, I know here in Central Florida we have quite a few of them. It's still, those are no longer, secondhand games are no longer going to be an affordable option for people who need affordable gaming. Because everything is going to become a collector item because it doesn't exist anymore. It's just... But yeah, if I'm forced to play digital, I think it'll be the first time in my life where I just don't buy anything new anymore. I can proudly say that yes, I have bought digital games, but I can probably count the amount of digital-only games I have ever bought in my whole life on my two hands, and it wouldn't even take up all 10 of my fingers. And the few games that I have bought where it's digital only, pretty much all of them have been tiny indie games where that was the only way to play those tiny little developer games. Like the one I recently played, like Deer and Boy. They were planning on doing a physical release, but now that's been ETA'd. The game's already out. Otherwise, I have literally full-on been a physical girly. So I think my biggest contribution, failure I guess you want to call it, with the digital age is when I played the first like 2 seasons of Fortnite, because that's a full digital game, right? So that would be one of the ones that was probably like my worst contribution, right? Obviously we're all a little bit guilty, but nah. And final note, and then I'll leave y'all. Sorry, I'm ranting. Another thing that ticks me off is the amount of people that act so shocked and like this is something out of nowhere and that are pissed off. Some of these people I've seen on social media are people that have only bought digital games for the last 10 fucking years and haven't actually gone to a game store or gotten anything physical in a hot minute and are complaining just to hop on the bandwagon. Y'all can shut up. I'm not saying it's any of y'all, but you know what I'm saying. I'm sure all of you have at least seen one person that's hypocritical like that. And so it's like... PS6 is probably going to launch later that year. They're going to give the public time to get used to it. And the fact that they want to have the nerve to be like, we're cutting costs to make it more affordable for us, quote unquote, for us, for them, but not for y'all. How is it that now it's going to be cheaper for you, so it should then be cheaper for the consumer? So let me see digital games be at $60 again, Sony. Because you're saving money not having to manufacture physical versions of the games anymore for us. Put the games back to fucking $60 then. They shouldn't be $80. It's literal bullshit. Like, I don't think I am ready now for the year 2028. I really am going to appreciate so hardcore every game that we get up until that point. Any little game I get is going to be so fucking sacred, because I'm heading to a point where for the first time in my life since I can remember, I held a gaming controller from the age of 3 till now at 32. I have played games that I'm reaching a point that I wish would have happened at least long after I was dead, so I wouldn't have to deal with it. But the fact that in my lifetime, I'm gonna say that there's a point where I stopped buying consoles hurts. Bad. Because, you know, then all the other companies are gonna follow suit. Nintendo's already slowly started it with the stupid key cards, right? Like, imagine the biggest one. Sorry, I'm still ranting. Final thing. Pokemon. Marvin, we're gonna live in a world where, imagine you have every physical version of every Pokemon game since the first one. You're no longer gonna be able the joy of having like a Pokemon game case anymore for like the future generation Pokemon games. That's like really fucking sad. I don't think people realize how much both the consumer and the gaming world has messed up, like big time. I really think that this is gonna drastically hurt gaming way more negative than Sony fucking thinks it's going to create some new age wave of game hype. It almost makes it to where, like, you know, the Game Awards at the end of the year and game shows, like, at that point, if all the cool game trailers you're showing me, but I know that I can't get any of those games physical, for me anyway, there's no point in giving us cool game shows like the Game Awards or like Gamescom and all that. What's the fucking point? To have trailers shown to us just for some digital freaking game. To show us, oh, look how cool, oh, look at these updated graphics and all of this other fucking shit, which that's another topic I can talk about. Is I think we've reached a point where graphics are good enough. I don't think games need to look any more real than they do. I think we've reached a really good point. Because if they get any more real, we might as well just go outside and touch grass. I still think there should be a distinction when we look at a game, because it's about escaping from real, right? But like, what's the point of game shows and showing us future releases? Pre-download now, but it's not gonna show like pre-order anymore. It'll just say pre-download. How lame is that? They'll literally, I can already see it, they'll rechange the wording and it'll no longer be pre-order. It'll just show pre-download starting today. How lame. We as humans aren't designed that way. We need physical stuff. We are not designed. You think COVID messed up people? Living in a fully digitalized world is gonna fuck us all up too, as it spreads everywhere else. It's been spreading through streaming services, all this stuff. I go to the movies still because I love watching a movie on the big screen and actually leaving my house and going to see a new movie. The amount of people that just sit at home, and then when you sit at home, you don't fully immerse in the new movie because guess what? You have this right next to you. It's not like you're in a theater where you have to like put the phone away. So then people half of the time when they're watching a movie for the first time, they're on their phone at the same time, and then they're not actually watching the whole movie. So it's like, we as humans are not designed to function that way. And then you wonder why we're all fucked up and depressed and wondering why life sucks. Sony and Microsoft have been trying to go all digital since the PS4 and Xbox One. Well, yeah, because they slowly It started with actually towards the end of the PS3 era and Xbox 360 is when they started for the first time ever. It would be not for every game, but some games would have day one patches, so you'd have to use the internet for it would be one update and that's it. And then when the PS4 and Xbox One era came out, that's when they introduced for the first time mandatory multiple updates for one single game. And then midlife of the PS4 era is when they started introducing where we had the disc, but we had to still download the game. Because they were like, the actual game is no longer on the disc for this game. And then by the time we got to where PS5 came out, that's literally a thing now for pretty much every game. Almost. Not every game, but like 90% of them. This change has been a long time in the works and nobody should be surprised. Outraged for sure, but I saw that announcement and just said, oh, it's time. No, I totally agree with you. I just wish that time could have came long after our generation is dead. This is a coordinated effort between all three, and it's entirely so they can maximize profits. Late-stage capitalism has caught up with gaming. The only way to make number go up is cut out all costs and charge more. And listen, I know we all need money to a certain extent to survive in this world because they've designed the world that way, people in power, to make it to where we have to pay to exist. But you can balance making money in life and still balance life. But we all know that humanity is greedy as fuck. And people chase these large quantities of money and get so consumed in making their whole life about making money that it blows my mind, because when we all fucking die, you don't get to take jack shit with you. But whatever. But I 100% see what you're saying. But yeah. Alright, y'all. Well, that was an interesting way to end the stringage. Went an extra 30 minutes over, but much needed rant. Thank you, Marvin, for listening and also contributing. And also agreeing with me that it's bullshit and it sucks to hear that it's happening. Because we all know how time goes, especially as you get older, time does just naturally go faster. And even though it's 2026, 2026 is over halfway over, and 2028 will be here before we know it, and it just sucks. So, probably be the first time in my life where I reach a point where I no longer play any new games or have any new consoles, so. Because how ugly to have a console that has no disc drive. Like, even when I look at the digital version of the PS5, it's such an ugly fucking looking thing to me. A console should always have a slot in it. Otherwise, it's not a console. At that point, either get a PC or something. A console needs a fucking hole for a disc. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave you there. I appreciate every single person, both on Twitch and YouTube, who came to the stream, no matter how long or short that you stayed. Time is very precious to me, so the fact that you spent some time out of your day, night, evening, means the world to me. Thank you for listening to my ranting. Again, not only am I on Twitch and YouTube, but I am also on Instagram. If you guys do have an Instagram account, there is a link pinned both on Twitch and YouTube, depending on where you're viewing. It would mean a lot to me if I could also grow on that platform. I actually really have always loved and enjoyed Instagram. I do have a TikTok, but I don't really use it that much anymore. The three platforms that I want to be known for and grow in are the three that I told you: YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. So definitely give me a follow on Insta if you were there as well, because I do post content that you don't obviously see here. But yeah. My throat hurts now. I've overextended my voice box. Remember, as always, there is only one of you. Your soul and energy is unique and beautiful. Time is the most precious gift you could give a person. The fact that you spent some of your time here today with me means the absolute world to me. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys. Bye.